So how do we get the training that you provide your people to stick? Look, we all know that we forget stuff. It goes into our heads and then it just disappears. Why? Well, perhaps it's got something to do with our short-term memory is only the size of a peanut. But maybe it was because when we went through that learning event, we didn't believe it, we weren't inspired, maybe we just didn't get it, maybe we were distracted, or more importantly, we might need to just hear it again, or we might need to just act it out. When we learn something new, what's going on in our brain is that we're creating neural pathways. Now, these neural pathways are linked by dendrites, and it's these neural pathways that then will formulate our actions and our behaviors. So these pathways actually get stronger through repetition. For example, just think about a song that you haven't heard for ages, haven't heard for many, many years, and then you hear it on the radio and boom, you start singing along instinctively. And instinctively you remember all the words. Well, how does that happen? Well, the chances are many, many years ago, when you first heard the song, you listened to it several times. You might have even had the lyrics printed off and you learn them. So through repetition, through hearing it, maybe singing it out loud, you actually learnt the words. You created some very, very strong neural pathways. So repetition really is the mother of all learning. So training, well, it does work, provided, well, first of all, you've got to have a very good trainer, somebody that is perhaps engaging, they know their stuff, they've got experience, maybe they provide techniques and structures and ideas, clarity, they inspire, they will give you alternatives and choices. And it's this initial session that will start to really create those neural pathways and those dendrites. But of course, there's something that needs to happen next. So secondly, it's all about the follow-up. What do we now do to really reinforce that learning? More importantly, what do you do? So you've got some choices here. I've got this graphic from Kent University or Kent State University in the US. In fact, this was on an article recently on LinkedIn by somebody who was a third-degree connection. But basically, it talks about how we forget stuff. Often people come back from training and they're pumped and they've got lots of ideas. And then usually within a matter of hours, they just get sucked into the vortex of doing the day-to-day grind. I've got to get CVs out, got to do the preps, the debriefs, got to do my research. And what happens to the training manuals? Well, they end up gathering dust, or they end up in a drawer somewhere, never to see the light of day again. So here are your options. Number one, the trainee must share their actions with their managers or whoever their mentor or their coach is. And just by talking about their actions from the training, they're starting to reinforce those neural pathways straight away. Secondly, you now need to create some measures, some objectives that help to align the learning with their personal or business objectives back at their desk. This is really going to help to reinforce the learning. Step 3 is you've got to do the desk level coaching. You've got to do the listening. Now, this could be the manager, a coach, a mentor, a buddy, but you've got to do the listening, you've got to do the observing, and then, of course, provide praise along the way and sort of contextual feedback. Fourthly, train some people internally to run some follow-up sessions. You might even have some internal champions, some budding trainers in your midst. But these people can run either desk level coaching, they could run some internal training sessions, that could be one-on-one or it could be group sessions. The group sessions, you tend to get more sort of shared experiences and ideas that way. There are, of course, some online training tools. You can use online training videos. There are AI coaching tools or direct access to trainers through coaching or through Skype. Or, and finally, you could always get a trainer to come in and do some follow-up sessions. So there's plenty that can be done to reinforce the learning. So my question to you is, what are you doing to help support your trainees' neural pathways to make sure that the training actually does convert into good, solid performance? Anyway, I've got to go and learn something new. Need to go and create some more neural pathways. Get me dendrites going. See you soon.